What's up, fantasy champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network.
And what's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This your boy, Coach Donte. This is your boy, Max, over here, back with the 5th episode already of the Lift Off podcast, man. It's been a great week for us.
Hell yeah.
College basketball, man. How you doing, my guy, Max? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I got my boy Yao right here behind me on today's episode. You know what I'm saying? But what a great week for us. Hey, guys, I know we suck. I know we're not going to do anything this season. But, hey, 3-1 this last week in Rockets basketball. That's what we like to see, baby.
What we like to see, man. Hey, we got a thing called we got to enjoy our flowers while we have them. So, we don't have many flowers. Didn't have many flowers
at all.
Ones,
man. We got dead flowers.
We got dead flowers, so we got to enjoy the 3-1 week while we can. We do got Coach Spotlight in the building. Was good.
What's up, Spot?
We got Coach Spotlight in the building. Shout out to Coach Spotlight, man. So again, man, 3-1 week. Got some lovely college basketball, which is we gonna get in later in the show. We got some good people to shout out, man. Shout out again to Coach Callaway, man, from the Peacocks. Had a great season this year, man. They did get outmatched by North Carolina yesterday, but they was a 16-11 team coming into the tournament. They upset Kentucky. Well, I'm not picking no more to go even far into a tournament bracket no more. They did end up beating Kentucky. They beat Murray. They did beat Murray State, and they beat Purdue. They end up beating Purdue. So, man, shout out to Coach Callaway, man. What are your thoughts on the Peacocks in this in that run, man? You was really big for the Peacocks.
Hey, man, I love Cinderella stories. I mean, this is by far the best one that we've seen because, you know, we've seen Loyola, we've seen James Madison, but this was like the no one has been a 15 seed and made it this far into the Elite Eight. So, I mean, hats off to them. They fell short. But, you know, North Carolina is a wagon right now, man. They're just locked in.
Yeah.
And, like, you could just tell yesterday that, you know, North Carolina should be here. Yeah. And St. Peter's, I mean, just hell of a run. Like, there is 2 side-by-side pictures of, like, the gyms. Like, St. Peter's plays here, UNC plays here. Man, it was like a high school gym, bro. Like, St. Peter's plays in them, and then, you know, UNC plays in a huge arena. Yeah. But, you know, hats off to them. Like you said, the coach was just that was an awesome story. And they beat Purdue on National Peacock Day. I mean, you can't script this stuff. So.
You can't screw that, man. And they don't have and what's so good about that, man, when I say these small schools, some of these small schools can beat some of these big time schools, especially the Power 5 schools. Don't underestimate them, man. They have all 3D players, three players. They have all 3 star recruits on the team. They don't have no 5-star recruits. This is a team that doesn't have any 5-star recruits. They doesn't get big name, and they're going out there beating these guys who got 5-star recruits. These 5-star recruits is big time recruits. So man, shout out to that team. So that means I say everybody know their role on the team. They play within each other. They move the ball pretty well. They're well coached. They're fundamentally sound. And that's just a good run, man, by the Peacocks, man. Getting to the League 8 right there. That's just a great run. And then I say again, shout out to Coach K, Bill Self from Kansas. You got Villanova Coach Jay Wright. We all know Coach Jay Wright, how good he is, how good of a coach he is. There was a little bit of speculation, a little bit as far as him going to the NBA, but right now he's great. He's a great college guy. And also shout out to Hubert Davis, his first year as a head coach in USC, man. What you think about all of those teams, man, getting into the Final Four?
Man, UNC, what a run there. They're an 8 seed,
Yep.
But they're playing like they should have been a 1 or 2, man. They are playing lights out basketball, and huge shout out to, them. Jay Wright, you just touched on it. This guy has been one, like, if we're talking about the past 5 years, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, college basketball coach right now. I mean, they won 2 titles recently. They're on verge of winning maybe a third if they get there, and he just continually builds that program. It's just, they're always a problem. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, and we'll see if Coach K, gets that ring and fades away, because this is his last season as a coach. But what a way to end it, UNC versus Duke in the Final Four. That's never happened in their rivalry. So that's must watch TV.
Yeah, must
that. Just from that itself, man, that's gonna be fun to watch Saturday. And I mean, Kansas, one of those powerhouse schools that hasn't won in a while. Maybe they get over the hump. So I mean, this Final Four is nice. I can't wait to watch it.
Can't wait to watch it, man. You got four good coaches competing, and 3 legendary coaches: Bill Self, Jay Wright, and Mike Krzyzewski. And Hubert Davis is definitely up and coming. So, man, and shout out to the one more shout out before we get right into the funk of the Rockets weekend. And we got Stanford Lady Cardinal. Shout out to them. They beat my Lady Longhorns last night. It was a close game. Shout out to that lady legend coach right there. She's a great legend. That Stanford team is really fucking good, man. The guard play, Anna Wilson and Haley Jones. They're very good people. They're very good people. So they punched their ticket to the Final Four. They will have the winner out of the UConn Lady Huskies. That's Max.
Oh yeah, you already know who I'm going for, baby.
They're gonna have to win up out of that game right there tonight. And then South Carolina, who continue to be dominant with Don Staley, one of the greatest WNBA point guards that you ever seen. They will face off the winner out of Michigan and NC State tonight. So that's going to be another great legendary Final Four. You got some great college coaches on the men's and women's side. So, but shout out to Vic Schaefer, the one that coaches the Lady Longhorns, man. What a young basketball team with one senior to make it to the League 8. A lot of people can't consistently do it, but shout out to them and a good season on the Lady Longhorns. Thanks, Coach Vic Schaefer, for leading those ladies to the League 8. So other than that, Rockets had a 3-1 weekend.
Oh yeah.
After the debacle against the Grizzlies, we opened up. Talking about we losing to the Wizards by double digits, but again, we got to be realistic. This team really don't show progress, so we don't believe that this team. We don't believe the more they keep losing, we don't believe that this team has a lot of progress in them. And like I say again, we believe we outmatched pretty much every night. But the last 3 of the 4 nights, we wasn't outmatched. You can say the last 3 teams was bad, but hey, the Rockets, again, we got to enjoy our flowers when we have them. Rockets beat they beat them by 20, and they swept the Rockets swept a team this year, Max. They swept a team. That's the Washington Wizards. They swept a team this year. So they beat them 115 to 97. Christian Wood led the way in the third quarter with 39 points. He had 19 of them in the third quarter. And Jalen Green continues to play well. He have already 10, 20-point games coming out of the break already. Probably the hottest rookie in the NBA. What's your thoughts on that Wizards game? What's your thoughts on the whole weekend so far?
The Wizards game was absolutely awesome to see. I mean, Christian Wood, 39 and 10. He hit all 3 of his free throws, which we've been bashing him.
Yep.
I mean, 8 of 9 from 3-point land. The guy was just in his zone, man. And, we knew that Christian Wood can do this, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's not consistent enough. But, man, when he's on, bro, he is a freaking force. But, I mean, we still gave up a lot of, Porzingis got 13 boards. He had 22. So we're struggling down low. Hachimura had 8 rebounds, 16 points. So, I mean, but we just contained these guys. And, I mean, we only let a team score below 100 points, that's a huge win for me. Like, that just shows our defense was on point. I mean, Jalen Green did do more than just score. He got 6 boards, 5 assists. I've been saying I want to see Jalen Green, get more involved, like playmaking wise.
Yeah.
So we saw a little bit of that. I mean, just overall, this was a huge win for us to get the week going, and we capitalized on this game all week long. So I mean, I was excited to see this win right here.
Yeah, I was excited to see this one too, man, to see Christian Wood step up. Like I say, if you take Christian Wood off this team, to me, I think Jalen Green is the best player on this team. You take Christian Wood off this team, Jalen Green to me is probably the best player on this team that we got. But Christian Wood definitely steps up. I just wish we was a winning organization or a playoff contending organization enough to appease him and to keep him to stay. But unfortunately, not. Kevin Porter Jr., 5 of 13. You only had 11 points. Jalen Green had 17 points that night. KJ Martin, 5 points, 16 minutes. Sengun, who's been really, really good. Last couple of games, actually, he only had 7 points against the Washington Wizards. Schroeder had 8 points. Garrison Matthews and Josh Christopher had only 7 minutes in that game. 7 minutes in that game, but the time that Josh Christopher does play, the guy's magnificent, man. In that Portland game, the 2 Portland games, Josh Christopher actually killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Man, Josh Christopher, I'm telling y'all, that's
your boy.
That's my favorite Rocket on the team. That's my favorite Rocket. When that guy come in, that guy has a lot of energy. That guy shows a lot of athleticism, but the way he picks up at full court, he gets physical and he plays defense and he's not backing down from anybody. That's what I love about Josh Christopher right there.
Hell yeah. And I've been saying we need to get him more minutes, and it looks like we are now. But the one thing I will say, man, we've been shooting really well lately. In this game against the Wizards, we shot 51% from 3-point land, 49% throughout the game. I mean, we took care of the ball. We only had 13 turnovers, but this is what's like the biggest thing that threw it like off paper at me. Yeah. We were losing by 23 at one point.
Yep.
And then we come back and we win by 18, but we were up by 20 at one point. So that's a 43 points point swing right there. Yep. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of our guys that, even though we were down by 23, we thought the game was over. They came back. They came, full throttle. They never gave up. So hats off to them. And this was a big win for us, even though like I said, it's nothing to play for. But I'm not one of those, we should just tank. We should lose every single game. I'm not here for it. If we don't get the first round or the first overall pick, I'm not going to be mad about it. But I want to see my team win. I don't care about draft picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's what I tell people all the time. Everybody make videos about the Rockets. What are the Rockets doing? What are the Rockets doing? Hey, I want to win, man, until we can't win anymore. What's the point of that? If we're not winning, then this team is not improving. If we're gonna continue to sit up there and not get up an effort and not give a damn, I don't like disrespecting the basketball game like that. I don't like losing on purpose, and that's something I'm not cool with. I don't care what position we is. I don't give a damn. We don't have any wins at this point. Let's go out there and try to win. Let's go out there and try to win the game. How's guys are gonna get better sitting up there losing every single time and worrying about a damn draft pick? We worry about we cannot win. We cannot. How can we show free agencies that they can be willing to come here and we're tanking and we're losing every single game and we're laying down on our ass. We just giving up. No, I don't like that. So I'm happy that we have this 3-1 weekend. I wish we can have even more. I wish we can win again tonight. We can have that same performance that we did against Portland over the weekend and Washington. Like I say, winning, like Jason Friend said, winning will bring free agents in. That's what I want to do. I want to bring other guys in. Yeah. Hey, Dylan Green, this guy's good. This guy's good. Kevin Porter, Houston got a bright future. I want to go here. Let's go here. Let's get a potentially playoff team and get to a championship. I want us to entice free agencies to come out. I'm not worrying about a draft pick. We get a top 3 pick, we get it. We're gonna end up with a probably a top 5, top 3 pick, regardless. We're gonna end up with it. But let's go out there and try to win. Let's go out there and get some momentum. Let's go out there and get some momentum for the end of the season. That way, when we get in the free agent, we can entice more people to come to Houston, and maybe we build our road through that championship team. But like you said, I'm in the same boat. I'm not a big fan of tanking. I'm not a big fan of just losing on purpose. That's totally disrespect of the game of basketball. Any disrespect in any sport. If you're going out there not giving a lack of effort and trying to get beat down, you want to see improvement in your team. And that's what we've been doing since the last couple of days, seeing the improvement. Even though it was against Portland, Portland had they C team out there. But again, we've been bad all year. Again, we got 4 19-year-olds on this team. And like I say, again, we can't improve if we're going to keep losing ball games every single guy. You want to see where your players at. You want to see them improve more and more and more and get better. And they're looking like they're getting better. Like Şengün is getting better and better. The more he knocks down that 3, the more I think how hard it is. He's going to be hard to guard. The more he hits that 3, the more he is. I think he's going to be hard to guard. I mean, Jalen Green, the man bumped his 3-point percentage up to 33%. That's respectable. That's really actually, if he hits 37% of those threes, he's unstoppable.
And he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? This is great to see as a rookie. And we touched on it, the first half of the season, he wasn't really in, he wasn't playing how we thought he would, you know what I'm saying? But we have seen development and progression with Jalen Green. So, I will say that. We bash Steven Silas a lot. But I don't know if it's Steven Silas is, helping him, or is it John Lucas, or I don't know who it is. But Jalen Green is he's developed so well this past month and a half now after the All-Star break, and I feel like his name is in the hat now for Rookie of the Year, but he probably won't win it because I think Scotty Barnes and Mobley had just done so much this season, but. I mean, he's definitely top 4 for me now in the category. But, I mean, with the tanking thing, like, if we tank, we're not even, like, for sure going to get the first overall pick. Like, the lottery is still there.
This ain't the NFL. When you lose and when you tank and lose on purpose, you get the first overall pick. This ain't NFL. You got to go through the lottery stuff. You got to get your card pulled. You got to go through the little roll of dice little thingy in there. This ain't the NFL where you get the first pick. When you have the worst record, you get the first pick. This ain't NFL. This is NBA. The dice roll different way.
Exactly. And we saw last season, we had the worst record. We had the best percentage to get the first overall pick, and we didn't. We got number 2, which I ain't mad about because, I wanted Jalen Green the whole time. Too. But I mean, I don't want to see us lose on purpose, and soon we won't be able to watch our Rockets play at all. And the season's 2 weeks, and then we got the playoffs. So it's the last 2 weeks of the season. We hit that 20 win threshold that we've been saying we probably won't get. Let's try to get to 25. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a huge improvement.
We won back-to-back games for the first time in God knows how long. I don't remember the last time we won back-to-back games, bro. So I mean, we're feeling good right now. Maybe we pull it off tonight, but I'm just proud, man. I mean, the game against the Mavericks. Let's touch on this game because it didn't go our way. I mean, bro, Luka didn't play this game. It didn't matter. Without Luka, they had Dinwiddie that drops 26. They had Jalen Brunson that dropped 28. And these two guys, Brunson and Dinwiddie for the Mavericks, man, they like that trade has came out to be really good for the Mavericks. I mean,
Yeah.
KP for, Dinwiddie and some other pieces. I feel like Dinwiddie just fits way better in this offense with this team than KP did. I feel like guys know their positions now. Like KP is one of those like, oh, he's a big body 7-footer, but he plays like a guard. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't play like a power forward or center. So, and you got guys like Dwight Powell now. That's he's been playing pretty well and getting more minutes now that KP's gone. But this game was a bad game for us. Our highest score in this game was Sengun with only 14. He had 14 and 11. So when you got 14 points as your highest leading scorer and a guy from the bench, it's not going to end well. So I mean, this was a tough game for us, but the Mavericks are a pretty good team, man. They're definitely a playoff sneaky team. But yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, I think his internet's messing up. But Christian Wood coming from a 39-point game to now, he only scored 12 points in this game. That's the thing. Like, he's not consistent enough. That's what I get pissed off about. And then Eric Gordon, 2 freaking points. Come on. Our vet, Key just touched on, we need a vet. Well, this is one of our vets on the team. And, Eric Gordon only scoring 2 points. That ain't going to help. That ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I think that Mavericks team definitely, that's a very good team, man. It's clearly something was wrong with that relationship of Luka and Porzingis. Porzingis is just a 7-footer that like to go out there and shoot jump shots, that doesn't like to play in the paint, that doesn't like to play inside, that's not as aggressive on the block that he should be, that Rick Carlisle was talking about. So he didn't clearly want to play second fiddle to Luka, but Spencer Dinwiddie, and you got guys out there too that can play defense like Dorian Finney-Smith, Jalen Brunson. How good is Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brunson, that dude is fucking good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Jalen Brunson is real good, and we all know he got that Villanova culture in him, that Jay Wright culture, that toughness, that scoring. He can also back down. He can also back down as well in the post. That guy is fucking good, man. So again, Dallas, that's a good basketball team. Dwight Powell gets that energy off the bench. You got Reggie Bullock on the perimeter that can make jump shots as well. Tim Hardaway Jr. is hurt, but when he comes back, they can be a scary playoff team in the fold, man. And that's the only game probably Jalen Green coming out of the All-Star break struggled in that game right there.
Yeah. I mean, like this Mavericks team definitely is, I'm not going to say they're a contender for the West, but they are a sneaky good team. And with Luka, anything is possible with Luka, man. So, I mean, we lost to, like, out of all the teams we played this week, this was definitely the best team. And, we don't want to see us losing by 19, but it's understandable. This team is just rolling and they are getting ready for the playoffs. I mean, even without Luka, they did their thing. So, I mean,
this team, that's a good team. I can see them move as the first round with the right back. I mean, Dinwiddie is clearly that he wasn't good in Washington. Him and also another shooter that I really like, that I think he can get his career back on track with the Dallas Mavericks, is Dallas Bertans. I think he can do a good job with Dallas. He can provide some score, some shooting ability on the outside as well. So those are 2 additional pickups that they got that I thought that I feel that's going to be very good for them. But I mean, you're going up against a good team like that. I believe, like I say again, Rockets, that's a very good team. But hey, we had to lead at halftime, I believe, and after that second half, it just went downhill for us after that.
Yeah, and like this team has shooters everywhere. The Mavericks do. Like, that whole team can shoot from the gym. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just a tough loss, especially coming off that good win against the Wizards. But I mean, we bounced back against Portland. Like you said, they were playing their C team. I get it. Like, they had nobody playing. You know what I'm saying? Their best player was Eubanks,
Yep.
their backup center, because Nurkic is out and hurt now. So the Portland team is derailed with injuries. But this is a game where we needed to win. Like,
Yep.
if we would have lost this game, I would have been pissed off.
Yeah, I would have
Because
been.
there's no excuse to lose this game. There's no excuse. Like, no. I mean, Simons is out now. Of course, Dame's out for the rest of the season. And I mean, Nurkic. I mean, the list goes on. This team is just derailed with injuries. But we had a great win. You know, even though Christian Wood only gave us 10, but Jalen Green got back on track with 23. Jay Sean Tate had 17. Your boy had Christopher had 14 off the bench in only 20 minutes.
Most in the fourth quarter. Yep.
I mean, KJ Martin 16 off the bench and Schroeder 14 off the bench. So our bench, you know, did really well. You know, gave that spark, because Eric Gordon again only 5 points. Like, this guy sucks, man. I'm sorry. This guy's fucking terrible. And we have him locked in for 3 more seasons. Jesus, I hope they trade him. And like my boy Jason French, he can attest to this, because I've been screaming that just take him off the game. Like, if he's won that one game 0 for 10 from 3-point land, stop shooting the fucking ball. God damn. But I mean, thank God that we had those guys step up, because Eric Gordon's 5 didn't help us. You know, and Kevin Porter, he only had 13.
Yeah.
So our bench, you know, propelled us for this win, and you know, that's something that we like to see as well. Like, you know,
definitely, man. Had a great weekend in Portland, man. Great 2 games in Portland. First game, you know, basically wasn't even close. The Rockets came out with great energy from the start. Great defensive intensity from the start. Jalen Green, again, man, had another great game. Like I say, 10, 20-point games since after the All-Star break. 10, 20-point games after the All-Star break. The really only bad game that he had was against the other night was versus Dallas this weekend. So that was the only really terrible game that he actually had. But every game after the All-Star break, he's been pretty much consistent, averaging 17 to 15 points per game. Now his average is up to 15.8 points per game. So that's a huge jump in improvement. He's showing flashes a lot. Kevin Porter Jr. is struggling a lot on his shooting ability, but he's learning how to become a point guard, being a playmaker. He can create his own shot. I want him to shoot the ball a little better, because he's getting a lot of open opportunities. He's going to be very legit. He's going to be very good. His playmaking ability, he needs to just learn. Shingun needs to learn how to finish a little bit better. He doesn't finish the best of them. He needs to be he's going to be a better finisher coming down the road. And as his career goes on with Houston, he's going to be a better finisher. But he's got to learn how to finish over those smaller guys, those smaller defenders. And Eric Gordon, man, the long veteran on the team, not playing well at all. A little bit inconsistent, a little bit too inconsistent right now. Schroeder has been a great bet on this team, even though he's going to walk. So, I say again, Josh Christopher, again, 14 points, most of them coming in the fourth quarter. Hey, man, this team played well in Portland, man. They played like we played like we were down playoff team all of a sudden. And like we just played like a playoff team. The energy was just there. The ball movement was just there. Guys attacking the basket, not really settling for jump shots. We was settling for jump shots. Every shot was a good jump shot that we took. We was able to hit shots. We was on fire from the field. We were just getting whatever we want. KJ Martin just did a very good job, man, bringing that energy. He's getting better at shooting as well. And Daisha Nix even got some good minutes in that second game game as well. But like I say, Jalen Green with that windmill right there, with that windmill slam dunk, man, hey, that tells it all right there. That was really good. 2 games important.
Yeah, I mean, the second game he dropped 25. You know, just his shots on, bro. Like 9 for 17, 6 for 11 from 3. You know, the back-to-back games in Portland, Christian Wood didn't do absolutely anything, and we still handled business. You know, that's just guys like KJ Martin off the bench with 10 on the second game. Şengün with 27 and 7 off the bench. I mean, my lord, and that's in 26 minutes. This guy is just Şengün just gets it done, man. And like that's what
Yep.
I'm saying. We need to see more minutes with, and he actually had more minutes than Christian Wood in this game.
Yep.
Which that's like telling right there. I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when, not if, we just unleash Sengun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I love this draft class that we had, man. I mean,
Yep.
right now it doesn't seem like it, but I think in the long haul, this draft class was a great one from us. Even
Yep.
we gotta get Garuba like healthy and out there,
Yep.
and he hasn't played that much this season, but I give our draft class A for sure
Yeah, I
because
guess definitely a starting with the Jalen Green. I mean, I know a lot of fans come out and said, "Hey, this guy's a goddamn bust." But
yeah.
like I say again, I constantly seen it. I constantly seen it over and over. I mean, I'm like every time I watch this guy has the potential. This guy, I see the athletic ability, and it's a lot of early in the season. His athletic ability was allowing him to get to the basket and score.
Yeah.
And he wasn't making the jump shot. That's the only problem. The jump shot wasn't falling early in the season. Now the jump shot is falling. You're seeing this guy scoring rampages. You're seeing him make the three more consistently. You're seeing a better rotation in the 3-point ball, the better release point at the 3-point ball. You're seeing a better guy that can get aggressive, go to the basket, down and jump over people. You just need to see him get that playmaking up a little bit. But him just being willing to pass the basketball, I'm kind of fine with that. But again, the guy's gonna be good. And hey, I think Jalen Green can turn into something. He maybe not gonna be good enough to win a dunk contest, but hey, he can perform like it in a basketball game. Though. He can perform like it in the basketball games because the dunks that he throw down in games, oh my god, they'd be ridiculous.
There's always two types of dunkers. You got in-game dunkers, and you got the the showcase dunkers. He's definitely in-game dunker.
Yeah,
Just please don't, guys. If you don't rewatch that dunk contest, Jalen Green, I don't know what the hell that was, but in-game, this man is just fun to watch. Like
yeah,
athletic as hell, and that's our team though. Our team is so fast and so like athletic. I mean, when Shangun came down like a freight train and just yammed it on forgot what team it was, but man, oh yeah, it was against Memphis, and like he was just mean mugging, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like they're still having fun out there, even though the season definitely didn't
yeah,
go as they wanted to, but I'm happy. I'm excited for the future, and especially if we get someone like Banchero, Jabari Smith, or
yeah.
Chet Holmgren. I mean, that's just gonna imagine if we get Chet Holmgren. I mean, for the time being, we'll have like 3 7-footers on our team until we trade Christian Wood, because I feel like that's just like that's gonna happen. I mean, it's just I feel like it's inevitable that we should definitely trade him.
I mean, like I said, I'll be good with either one, but I would really like being or Jabari Smith Jr. I feel like they're gonna fit more of the mold at the wing position. At the wing position, I think they're gonna give us a better fit at that point. At that point in time, Holmgren, like I say, wouldn't mind if we have him because he'll be the next door neighbor to Sengun and stuff like that. Christian Wood, if you draft him, you draft Chet Holmgren. Hey, that means somebody Christian Wood's gonna probably be the odd man out.
Yeah,
to find something for him if you do decide to draft him. But again, I think we're gonna need something to fill that wing position up a little bit more, like Jabari Smith or Banchero, who's having a monster NCAA tournament right now. Banchero, man, I like that guy. Poise, his ability to knock down big shots, to want the ball at the big stages of the game. Him and Jabari Smith, I love that. Them two guys, when I watch those two guys play basketball, those guys want the ball in big time situations.
Yeah, like
we've
noticed lately our wing position is very weak. I mean, Garrison Matthews and Eric Gordon, they've both been struggling mightily. Like, I feel like the wing and our center position are the two most dire needs that we need to focus on this offseason. I mean, I just can't see Eric Gordon shooting 2 points, 5 points. Then Eric Gordon's out because of injury now. We put Garrison Matthews back in the starting rotation. He drops 2. Like, come on. Like we have no balance on our wing position. I mean, it's dire need for us to, do something about that this all season. I mean, I've been screaming, let's get Banchero, and they're projecting him as the number 3 prospect. So we don't even probably need the first overall pick to get him. If we get 1, 2, or 3, I think we'll be fine. But it just depends, like, what we're gonna do. I just can't wait to see where we are going to be drafting. That way, we can maybe like kind of really tell who we are going to go get. Because at number 1, if we get the number 1 seed, it's going to be tough to, for us. Who are we going to get? But if we're at like 2 or 3, I think the dominoes will fall, and we'll kind of know exactly who we are going to snag.
Yeah. I'll say again, Jayshawn Tate is not much of a shooter from the outside. He's not much of a shooter from the outside. Eric Gordon not going to get it done on the wing. Eric Gordon is not going to get it too done on the wing. He's too inconsistent right now. But one thing Jayshawn Tate does give you is good defense. But I feel like as a fit the mode, I almost feel like Jayshawn Tate it needs to come off the bench. I also feel like, because that's what he used to come off of. I just feel like we need that spark on the wing position, like a Banchero or like a Jabari Smith that can make shots more consistently, that can make their own play. I mean, not saying Jayshawn Tate can't make his own play. He can dribble, he can post up, he can go by the side. I mean, not making a jump shot consistently and having guys purposely off you, that's the one thing you're going to hurt instead of having a guy that can play, make it do both. And to me, being hero and Jabari Smith, who's 16, can do both of those things.
Yeah, and like we've seen Jayshawn Tate in game before. Like he passes up on wide open threes just because he's not confident in his shot. It's not like he can't do it, but if you don't have confidence in your shot, you're most likely going to miss every single shot. You got to have confidence and pull that trigger whenever, it lands on you. But I'm with you. I mean, Jayshawn Tate, I feel like he's just in the starting rotation because he's so good at defense. Like, this guy can lock anybody up. His perimeter defense is lights out. Like, and he's just one of those dogs that will just, throw his body on the line, get a loose ball rebound, get steals, stuff like that. I feel like that's the reason why he's in the starting rotation, not because of his scoring. Because if I'm the Rockets, your scoring is going to come from your backcourt, Christian Wood. You know what I'm saying? But when one of those guys are off, we need to depend on Jayshawn Tate to hit those shots to get us some buckets. And sometimes it just feels like he can't get the job done when that time comes. So I'm still a huge Jayshawn Tate fan. Don't get me wrong. But like you said, I think he needs to work on his shot this offseason and just get more confidence in that.
Yeah, I mean, again, he just does. I just feel like he fits the more important role of coming off the bench for us and giving us that spark instead of starting and not having confidence in his jump shot, not being able to knock it down completely and having the guys purposely play off you and you're studying missing those shots instead of having a playmaker that can do it all and go to the basket. But one thing we may be missing a little bit out of that lineup is the defensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, a little bit with Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith is a little smaller. Banchero is a little more built. I think Banchero will fit the mold for us as a little built up a little bit. Gets the effort on the defensive side of the ball, and plus he can also put it on the floor and shoot over guys as well. And so is Jabari Smith. He's 16. Jabari Smith, 16. He's very long, very athletic. He can do it all. He can do it all as well. I feel like those two guys fits the Rockets mold at that starting wing position, probably more than Jayshawn Tate. Jayshawn Tate still can be the future, but it doesn't have to be. That doesn't mean he can be the future starting for this team. That can be the future coming off the bench like KJ Martin. He's the future. To me, he's in our future of one of the future Rockets on this team. Doesn't mean he's going to start. He's going to get some games. He's going to start, but he's going to be that important piece coming off that bench for us.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like him, Şengün, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter. Yeah, I mean, these are your core. This is what you need to build around. I just can't wait to get John Wall off our fucking team, free up that money that we need desperately. And, Schroeder walks. We're looking at $52 million. So big money for this offseason. We have some pretty good guys, that we touched on in our last episode about who's going to be our free agents to maybe go out there and try to get like Nurkic or, Mo Bamba if he doesn't stay with Orlando because he's a restricted free agent. So, I mean, we'll see, man. But definitely, now it stings as a Rockets fan, but I feel like years down the line, give us like 1 or 2 more years and we'll be competing again. We won't be like top 4 in the West, but I feel like we'll snag in there like 8 or 7 seed. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we'll be definitely a playoff team. I feel like we're definitely going to be a playoff team in a couple more years, be playoff competitive, bound with the right moves. If Mr. Raphael Stone keep making the right moves and keep drafting the right guys, because the Rockets does have a history of pretty much drafting the right guys, drafting well. I mean, you go back to Yao Ming, Kim Olajuwon, the Rockets. I'm talking about the Rockets history in general. The Rockets have kind of drafted well a little bit. Aaron Brooks, short 20-point per game score. Yes. Steve Francis, the Rockets didn't draft him, but they traded for him. But hey, the Rockets, so they call Landry. The Rockets does have a history of drafting well. They does have a history of drafting well. And Raphael Stone hit these 3 drop picks right on the head. Right there. Give credit to Raphael Stone right there.
I mean, yeah, if now looking back, we got Şengün with like the 23rd pick, I think. I mean, bro, I feel like he should have been top 15 at least. His potential is through the roof. Once they were showing his highlights on draft night, I was like, damn, this is gonna be a nice guy that we are gonna get because everyone was saying he's like a baby Jokic. Give him. I'm not gonna put the two in the same breath, but I'm just saying how they play. Their play style is very similar. He can handle it. He can pass it really well. He can knock that 3-point shot down and get you those boards. So, I mean, I love Şengün. He's, him and Jalen Green were just lights out, and Josh Christopher as well were just a great pick from Raphael Stone. I feel like this guy knows what he's doing. Daryl Morey's now with Philly. He did really good with us too, but Raphael Stone, I feel like we're in good hands with him as our GM.
Yep, they definitely did. They definitely did good. Raphael Stone did a great job of scouting talent, and he scouted the right talent right here. But again, the Rockets had a great weekend, man. As I always see, I love to see us play some great basketball. I love to see us go out there and compete and do well every single night and put on the effort. I don't care how bad. I don't care if we lose games, but go out there losing the right way. Go out there giving some effort and giving some heart. And that's what the Rockets have been showing.
I think his mic just cut off. He's probably frozen now, but I mean, let's talk about the NBA and like what's going on in the NBA right now. So I'm gonna run down the standings right now with y'all. In the Eastern Conference, shockingly, the Celtics have moved up to the 1 seed in the East now. I mean, they're tied with Miami, but they own that tiebreaker with them. Miami has clinched their division, but we got Celtics, the Heat, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Bulls. The Raptors are now in sole possession of the 6th seed, so they're out of the play-in tournament right now as we speak. And then right now, here's our play-in tournament. We got the Cavs at number 7, the Hornets at 8, the Nets at 9, and Hawks at 10. And I feel like, the Knicks are just done. They're 4.5 games behind the Hawks at the 11th seed. So, I mean, shout out to the Raptors for they've been rolling lately. Same with the Celtics. And the Bulls have been slumping. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that. But right now, if I'm a Celtics fan, you're excited to see how this team's gonna play in the playoffs. So let's head over to the West. We got the Suns clinching that number 1 spot. The Grizzlies 9 games back at the 2 spot. They clinched as well. And then we have the Warriors at 3 that's been struggling. Like Tommy just said, my Warriors suck ass. I don't think they suck ass. And Donte is going to come back. Yeah, he's coming back soon, but Warriors have been struggling. Steph Curry is now officially hurt. Like we don't know when he's going to come back, but hopefully he's back in time for the playoffs. Then we got the Mavs at number 4, the Jazz at 5, we got Nuggets at 6, and then the play-in tournament for the West are looking like the Timberwolves at 7, the Clippers at 8, the Pelicans at 9, and the Los Angeles Lakers at number 10. And guess what? The Spurs are only 1 game behind, and if the Lakers don't get their shit together, they are risking it. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're 1 game ahead of the Spurs right now for that last spot in the play-in tournament. So Tommy said okay, he's back in 2 weeks, they said. Well, hopefully, because we want to see Steph out there. But man, last night, let's touch on this Lakers team because something drastic happened. LeBron got hurt. He stayed in the game, but he rolled his ankle. The Lakers are, yes, a dumpster fire right now. If LeBron ends up missing any time, because these last 2 weeks are going to be all or nothing for the Lakers. If LeBron misses, then they are going to miss the playoffs. I mean, what the hell is going on in Los Angeles? You remember when the season didn't start, but they were picking up all these guys like Carmelo and Russ, all these older guys. We had DeAndre Jordan at the time was with the Lakers. I personally said, what are they doing? They're getting all these players that are well past their primes, old as hell. And I just feel like, that's not going to work out. LeBron later tweeted, was like, okay, keep that same energy, keep that same energy. Because, he heard all the noise about them getting all these washed up players, as quote unquote people were saying. And LeBron, we are having that same energy. You guys are 31-43 now, on the verge of missing the play-in tournament, which next season, the play-in tournament is not going to be there. So y'all better get your shit together. AD, we don't know if he's going to even touch the court again. If LeBron misses anything, he, sprained his ankle badly yesterday. If he misses, it's over. It's a wrap. The remaining schedule is so hard. I mean, I feel like they only have 2 games they cannot possibly win in the next 2 weeks. So if I'm the Spurs, I'm doing everything I can. You might sneak in there, but I mean, this playoffs is going to be very interesting. As you know, Kyrie Irving can now officially play in home games. He played yesterday against the Charlotte Hornets. They ended up losing that game, but he wasn't that, he didn't do that well. He was missing a lot of shots, and Donte's back with us.
Yep.
But I was just saying about I was just giving the people the rundown of like the standings right now as we talk about the rest of the league. Man, those Lakers.
Oh my God.
Those Lakers, man. LeBron twisted his ankle. Don't know how bad it really is, but I mean, it looked pretty bad. He stayed in the game though.
Yep.
But man, terrible timing if LeBron gets hurt.
Yep.
Is it? Can we officially say the Lakers probably won't make it in because now they're only a game ahead of the Spurs for that 10th seed, and the Spurs are trying to get 4 in a row tonight on our Rockets. So
yeah, I mean, I think I can see hold on. I think I can see a potential dumpster fire all-time drop off from the Lakers, man. That team cannot defend. To lose a 23-point lead like that, and just you just got a bunch of old guys on the team. You got a bunch of teams that don't, you got a bunch of guys that don't mesh. Russell Westbrook was a bad fit from the start. We're not saying Russell Westbrook is a bad player. Just for that team, he's just not a good fit for the team. You go a lot of small. You play LeBron at the 5, which is just kind of wearing him out a little bit, guarding those big guys. You got guys like Stanley Johnson who can't make shots, who's by far, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in a year or 2 or a couple of years he'll be up out of the league at this point of time. Yeah. Malik Monk has been good, but you don't have really shooters like that. Carmelo has stepped up from you a little bit. Malik Monk, Austin Reeves, those are the only 3 probably consistent shooters you got. Carmelo is streaky at best. A streaky shooter at best. He's either on or he's off. Even with Anthony Davis, the team still wasn't even as good as they should be. When he comes back, who says he's not going to get hurt again? And plus, not only this, I think the schedule can get him. I think their schedule can actually kill him a little bit. I mean, my goodness. I mean, my God, man. I think the schedule is going to be actually probably a problem for them. If you look at the gauntlet games they got, you got Dallas, you got Utah. I think they can beat Utah because Utah, I don't really take them serious. But going to Utah, that's still tough.
I don't think they can beat Utah, man.
If you get them in a 7, I think Utah are fraudulent. I think they actually can beat Utah. I think because the last 2 times they played Utah, they were on a losing streak, and the Lakers got out of the losing streak both times with Utah. I can't really trust Utah at that point. But Utah going to Salt Lake City, that's just not a tough play. That's gonna be a tough play to play in. I'm not gonna if they lose that game, they lose that game. Lakers are that bad, but I think Utah will win that game against the Pelicans. Up and down game, but goddamn, the last 2 times you played them, you lost. You lost when you were blown out. Then they come back. Denver, don't think they're beating Denver. Suns, definitely not. The Warriors struggling a little bit, but Curry, I'm not trusting the Lakers against the Warriors. Thunder, think they can beat the Thunder. But who says? That's the Lakers. The Thunder lost to them. The Lakers lost to them earlier in the season. Yep. Blew a 26-point lead and still lost to them. It got dominated at home. Denver, they got Denver again. The Lakers got a tough schedule, man. It's a potential they make and lose every single one of these tough games down the stretch, even though I think they still will find a way to go 2-6. I think they're going to go 2-6 and then the stretch.
Like I said, I think they can win at least 2 of those games, but that's probably not going to get in. That's not going to be enough. I mean, you got to at least win 5 out of those games, bro.
Yep.
Because the Spurs are breathing down your throat. The Pelicans are now ahead of you. I feel like it's going to be the Spurs, Lakers, and Pelicans fighting for that 10 spot and the 9th spot. But yeah, it's definitely what a bad season for the Lakers. And look, we're touching on Carmelo. Carmelo can't guard a parked car.
Yeah,
this guy. Every single game I've watched the Lakers play, they attack Carmelo.
Yep.
Whoever Carmelo is on, give them the ball.
That's that's the Rockets game plan. Jalen Green came out and said it. That was the Rockets game plan. That was their game plan. Whoever Carmelo switches on, let's go right at Carmelo. And that's the game plan. Now, Carmelo never was a good defender, but you got Trevor Ariza, who's deteriorating on defense. He's not the same defensive player that he was. He doesn't get any minutes no more. Bazemore doesn't get any minutes anymore. That guy's a joke right now. He's a joke right now at this stage of his career.
And they're not even playing Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley is their best defender. Yeah. Like their best perimeter defender is Avery Bradley. He got 0 minutes on a coach's DNP.
Yep.
Like, oh my Lord, why haven't you played him? Like, what's going on in LA, man?
I
But
mean, go
let's
ahead.
let's talk about, a more relevant team, man. Let's flip over to the East for a little
Let's
bit
go.
because I want to highlight the Celtics, man. They
Yeah.
have now took the number 1 seed in the East. I mean,
Head coach Ime Udoka.
sneaky,
Yep.
sneaky. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw. I was like, "What the hell? They are now number 1 in the East." They're still
Yep.
tied with the Celtic, or I'm sorry, the Heat, but they own the tiebreaker. But man, they came flying in out of nowhere, bro. I mean, they have climbed the standings. They are a legit contender in the East. And what do you think about them, man?
Hey man, I gotta give that credit to Coach Ime Udoka. You know, he comes from a good coaching tree that coaches defense really well. We all know that man and Coach Popovich right there. He used to be assistant coach over there. And like I said, I'm telling you, ever since Marcus Smart called the team out publicly, this team has been very good. This team has responded well ever since he called them out publicly. The team was not good at the beginning of the season. They literally had to have a team meeting to orchestrate everything out. And sometimes that's what you actually need. Yep. No matter if it's wrong or not, it could be wrong. Dissing your teammates in public and put them out on blast. But if it takes to wake them up, that's what you do. And Marcus Smart never called anybody out, but that's a good thing. He called Marcus Smart. He called them out publicly and let them know, hey, man, we can't just give the ball all the time to Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Our defense is already going to know that. I'm not a big fan of sitting in the corner. I need to be more involved, a part of the offense more. I need to run. Let me get the ball out of these two guys' hands for a little bit. And he did an excellent job of doing that. So again, I don't want people to, like I say, everybody know about this is a professional game. This is a business. These are grown ass men. Yeah. Just to let you guys know, if you're playing any type of sports, if you get called out, don't take it personally. It's just frustration. It was just frustration within the losing and the organization. And Marcus Smart just called out the team publicly. Sometimes it takes that to get back on the right track. And the Celtics are the number 1 team in the East now. Since the call out, the Celtics had basically responded, and it takes a call out sometimes. So I'm not mad at Marcus Smart. I definitely agree with him 1,000%. If it takes you blasting the team in front of the media, you do it, whatever it takes to get your team on the right track. That doesn't mean you're not a good leader. That means you're just you want this team to succeed, and we need to play better. We need to come out and play better, and they have done that. That defensive side of the ball is the reason why the Celtics are doing what they're doing. It's opening up that offensive game for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And even though Robert Williams, they're going to really miss him on the back end of that defense, you do got Daniel Tice, who's playing a little better than when he played from us. He looks rejuvenated. And you do got Al Horford, who can hold down a foot and make shots. And that defensive side of the ball, they have been very suffocated. And also, Derek White has been a good addition, too, as well.
Yeah. I was just about to touch on Robert Williams. He tore his meniscus yesterday.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge blow, man. I mean, right now, I mean, you don't think that's going to be huge, but his defensive skills, man. He can block anybody. We've seen him get 10 blocks a game or one game. I mean, he's a dominant defense force for them.
Yeah.
Time Lord, get healthy soon, man. That sucks. But like you said, they have the depth pieces.
Yep.
To kind of replace him. He'll definitely be missed, but having Horford and Tice back, I mean, they'll be okay. But I want to shout out Jason Tatum right now because he has now entered the MVP conversation. I don't think he'll win it. I don't think he'll win it, but he needs to be discussed about it. He needs to be top 3 or 4 for me. I mean, he has career high in points and rebounds. I mean, this guy has just played phenomenal basketball this season, and you can just tell he is ready to put his name. I'm top 5 in this league, and I want people to freaking know it. You know what I'm saying? I personally have, bashed Tatum in the past, so I was wrong. I said I'd rather have Trae Young on my team than Jason Tatum. But I mean, hey, man, this guy has just played lights out basketball, man. And when Jaylen Brown went down with the injury earlier in the season,
Yep.
Tatum stepped up, kept him afloat. I mean, I just want to give him his props. But what do you think about? There's some teams that are struggling in the East right
Okay.
now, like the Heat.
Yep.
They're we saw the whole Jimmy Butler and Udonis Haslem argument on the sideline.
Yep.
Spoelstra was like, "You want me to fight you?" to Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
Now they have lost 6 out of the last 10 games, so they have been struggling. Wrong time. Playoffs are right around the corner. So have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, without Jared Allen, they have been struggling, and the Bulls have been struggling. All these teams are struggling right now in the East. The Raptors are on fire right now. They're now in the
Yep.
6th spot. So, I mean, we don't know how these teams are going to finish, but what do you think about the whole, the Heat, the Bulls, and the Cavs struggling right now?
I think like I say, they just going through a temper tantrum. Same thing with the Boston Celtics, man. Earlier in the year. I mean, but this is late in the year. You want to be playing your best basketball at this point of time. And right now, just the Heat ain't been doing that. They're losing to some teams that they're not supposed to be losing to. I mean, the Warriors have lost. They have been they're another struggling team. They come in without Klay Thompson. They come in without Steph Curry, and they just dominate the Warriors. I believe that's when the fire started at that home right there, when the Warriors went on that big run, during those quarters right there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think just because late stages of the season, you want to become play your best basketball. And it's just frustration right now. But I still think the Heat are going to be a tough out. I don't think they're going to be an easy out. I still think they're going to be a tough out. But you definitely supposed to be playing your best basketball in this stages of the regular season. And right now, they're just not doing it right now. Right now, the Sixers look better than they do right now. Mm-hmm. And hey, right now, but I still think they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be tough out. With Jimmy Butler, I think they're going to talk everything out. They're going to be fine when playoffs come. And I think they're going to give teams like the Sixers or the Milwaukee Bucks trouble a little bit. But one team where we're forgetting, and they're the defending NBA champions, is Milwaukee. We're not talking about them so as much. But I think Milwaukee is still going to be – they're going to come in with the honor to defend their title. I think they're going to be tough. One of those teams, the Sixers or the Heat are going to draw Milwaukee in that second round And one of those teams, that's going to be a juggernaut of a series, a physical series right there. That's going to be a physical series, and I can't wait to watch those.
And if I'm the Heat, man, I mean, if you keep hold of that second seed, because right now the Celtics, the Heat, the Bucks, and the Sixers are all half, like a half game separates all those teams, bro.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4, the seeding can change dramatic. Like, we don't know where these teams are going to finish. But if I'm the Heat, man, I'm going to try to avoid playing the Raptors in that first round. I'm not saying the Raptors will win that series, but man, they're number 6. If they fall to 7, the Raptors can jump ship with the Bulls at that 5 spot. Because the Bulls have been losing lately. I mean, whoever plays Toronto, I mean, that could be a huge, that could be an upset, man, because you look at that Toronto team, they got Fred VanVleet, they got Siakam, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent, I mean, Chris Boucher. Like, that team is loaded, man. Like, and they're just winning. They have a great coach and Nick Nurse. So that could be a very scary team to play in the first round. If I'm any of these teams, I mean, like this Eastern Conference is going to be fun to watch in the playoffs, man. Because there's like 5 good teams like that could possibly take that conference, man.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see it. The Nets at number 9. You can't count these guys out.
No, I'm not counting the Nets out.
Like, my Lord.
If they get in the playoffs now that COVID thing has been lifted, they're gonna be a scary team with Kyrie.
I know that
something scary with Kyrie.
I know they lost yesterday against the Hornets, but man, like Kyrie fully, eligible to play now. Kevin Durant, he has played lights out lately, man. This Kevin Durant's so freaking good, dude. I mean, if they get to the 8 seed or 7 seed, that 1 or 2 seed, that could be you better watch out, man. You better watch out because
you see, this is what I want to say, Max. You know what I want to I hope they get the 7 seed, because if the Sixers are in that 7 seed, oh my God.
You want to see Ben Simmons? Yeah. Well, hey, who knows? Is Ben Simmons gonna even freaking play?
If he doesn't play, hey, I just want to see the matchup. I just want to see the matchup.
Yeah.
I just want to see the matchup. And now, like I said, all I'm saying, hey, again, I like both teams helped themselves out. Both teams definitely helped themselves out. But playoffs matters the most. Playoffs matters. Regular season matters to fight to get in the playoffs, but playoffs, hey, it counts the most in playoffs.
And when playoffs start, every team is 0-0. I don't care about the regular season record. Yep. It's a whole new season, because if you think about it, the playoffs are 2 months long. Like that's just a season itself, man. For the West, I'm not really too excited about how I am for the East. The West, I feel like the Suns, the Grizzlies are just locked in, man. I mean, without Steph Curry, the Warriors are going to be struggling. The Mavs are rolling right now. They could sneak and get that 3 seed from the Warriors, depending on how long Steph Curry's out with that foot injury.
Yep.
I mean, we both don't trust Utah.
I don't trust them at all.
The Nuggets are right now at 6, but man, the Timberwolves have been playing lights out lately. They're now 7th spot, and they're a game and a half behind the Nuggets for the 6th. So I mean, if they somehow sneak in and miss the play-in tournament and get that 6th spot, the Timberwolves could be a sneaky team for the 3 seed right now. I mean, I'm excited for the East, man. I just feel like the East is just so freaking like it's a toss-up, man. With the West, I feel like we're definitely going to see the Suns in the East in the Western Conference Finals. And right now, bro, it might be the Grizzlies and Suns in the Western Conference Finals. What do you think? Who do you think is going to prediction for the Western Conference Finals? Who do you think is going to get in there?
I still like if the healthy Golden State team is healthy, if Klay Thompson and Steph is healthy, I think it will be them and the Suns, fighting for the Western Conference Finals. But I'm not sleeping on the Grizzlies. I think they can do it. I'm just curious enough. The Warriors have been there. They have done that. Yes, they're going through a little temper tantrum, but we all seen them do it before. We all seen it. We all seen Draymond Green say, "Hey, he sucks" over the week.
He just said, "I'm playing like shit."
But he said when that loss against Orlando, that's Draymond Green called out the team on that. As the emotional leader, said they don't have enough, they don't have toughness, they don't have fight. And if you look at the interview when he said no disrespect to Orlando, but ain't no way he's supposed to be losing to a team like Orlando. That shows you a loss like that. You better open up your goddamn eyes. Everybody is professionals. Everybody's professionals. Everybody in the NBA deserves respect. And if you don't come out and play every single night, you're going to get your bubble burst, and that's what Draymond Green was letting them know about. Hey, I know I play like shit, but hey, again, no disrespect to Orlando, but we shouldn't be losing to a team like that. We're too good to be losing to a team like that.
The reason I'm, saying the Grizzlies because Ja Morant is out now. He's hurt.
Yep.
They're still winning. They're still winning these games. They're on a 4-game win streak right now.
Yep.
I mean, Tyrese Jones, ex-Duke player right there. He stepped into that role as the starting point guard and had just kept them afloat, man. He's played great in absence of Ja Morant. I hope Ja Morant comes back soon. Maybe they're just keeping him, off as precautionary measurements because, I mean, they seem like they had the number 2 spots almost like clinched. I mean, they're 4 games ahead of Golden State for that number 2 spot, and I think there's like 8 or 9 games left. So, I mean, unless you lose almost every single game from here on out, I feel like they got the number 2 spot clinched. But hopefully that's the reason, because if we need Ja Morant, man, we need Ja Morant in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to see Ja do his thing in the playoffs, but it's the same boat with the Warriors. They got to get their all-star point guard Steph Curry back healthy, and I mean they have no shot with Steph off the court, man. They have no shot. So I'm excited for playoffs, dude. I'm like,
excited, man.
I'm at that point. It's like, all right, regular season, just hurry up and end. Let's get to the meaningful games. We'll still have our Rockets talk, but I'm excited to talk some NBA playoffs with you and hopefully call some games, man.
Yep. Let's do it. But man, shout out to everybody that was a part of the podcast today. Me and my boy Matt's podcast, this is a Rockets podcast, but at the end of the show, we talk about more NBA, and we still gonna have these Rockets podcasts in the off season, the draft, free agencies, and stuff like that. We're gonna be calling a couple of ball games together in playoffs and stuff. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to the people, the NCAA tournament. Like I say, always some great upsets. Shout out to again Coach K. Shout out to Coach J. Wright. Big shout out to everybody, man. Bill Self, who's made it. Hubert Davis, his first time being a head coach, making it to the Final Four.
Crazy.
In the 8th seed, coming from the 8th seed, making it to the Final Four. Now you got a Coach K and Duke. Now you got a Duke in the North Carolina matchup, part 3 again.
Yep.
And on the other side of the bracket, you got a Kansas and you got a Villanova bracket. I'm pretty much sure the one team that Coach K cannot lose to is North Carolina.
Yeah.
We'd rather lose the goddamn Elite 8 than get beat by North Carolina. That's something that can't happen right now.
And he's lost twice so far this season, right? To UNC?
I think he lost once.
Once.
They didn't play in the ACC tournament. They never played against each other in the ACC tournament.
They got ran out the gym.
Coach
K's last home game. I remember that. So you already know they're gonna come back with some vengeance.
They definitely gonna come back, and man. So again, shout out to the Stanford Lady Cardinals. They are in the Final Four. The winner, UConn may be joining them tonight.
They joining them. They join. Hey, after the men's, how terrible they fucking played in this tournament, losing in the first round to New Mexico State. UConn lady, you got this. You winning the whole damn thing, baby.
Hey, I'm like you. Shit, we lost in the second round, but hey, man, the girls. At least we got something good to work on. The girls are better than the men program right now. They're better than the damn men program that we got down, that we both possess. Then we got the girls out here playing better than the men, further than the damn men. So again,
before we sign off, I want to say this. Bring Brittany Griner home.
Yeah, let's go. You heard the man.
Bring her home, man. That's some bullshit, man.
You heard the man, Max, but we got to get ready to end the stream, y'all. Shout out to everybody that came through doing this live stream with us, man. It's really been fun.
Hit that like, subscribe to both of our channels. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we need to call a game soon, Donte. The people have been asking, where have we been at? I know you're doing your March Madness thing, so we need to get some games going soon, bro. But,
hey, just hit me up, man. I'm available during the weekend. March Madness ain't till Saturday.
Saturday. We'll plan a game this week, man. I you know what I'm saying, but definitely hit that subscribe button. If you've listened to this far, thank you so much. Also, I think Sunday I can't do the show next Monday because I work. I had to work next Monday, but so Sunday we'll probably have to do it if that's okay with you.
All right, gotcha. That's okay with me. Meantime, it's okay with me. So shout out to everybody that been a part of the channel, and we will be back later today. We already know. Shout out to Spotlight Sports Network and go Rockets. We up out of here. See y'all later.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times 2. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button.